Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RWF Rockfist. My name is Paps LaRue, here to call the action from ringside, and we got one hell of a program for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, we are just 1 week away from our next special event, RWF Rocktoberfest. Of course, celebrating the Oktoberfest season, the festivities roll on, and the RWF champion Bags is going to have to defend his championship inside the Elimination Beer Tent. What is the Elimination Beer Tent, you might ask? Well, it starts with 6 superstars. A ginormous structure will come down over the ring. 2 superstars will enter the ring first. The other 4 superstars will be locked in pods in each corner. And they will go through each other, eliminating each other one by one. Every few minutes, a new pod will open, bringing in a new superstar, and we will do that, eliminating one after another until we crown a new RWF champion, or see if the RWF champion Bags can hold on to his title just a little bit longer. Well, he's got some work to do because he's in the losers bracket tonight, folks. Last week on RWF Rockfist, we had a 3-man tag team match between these 3 men you see here, Bags, Brian, and Decker, going up against Puck, Gene, and L. Scott Roberto Shaw. The winner of that match would move on to the winner's bracket and have a triple threat match with one another to see who will enter the Elimination Beer Tent at the number 6 position. But now we're off to the losers bracket because these 3 were the losers in that match, and that means we're going to have a triple threat match right now to see who comes in at number 1 and number 2. The 3 superstars are in the ring, and the match has begun. Again, the winner of this match will be placed in a pod at the Elimination Beer Tent at our event, Rocktoberfest, which is 1 week away from tonight. So he will go into a pod, and his pod will be set to randomized. The 2 losers of this match will come in at number 1 and number 2, respectively, which is statistically the worst position to be in for the Elimination Beer Tent. Of course, Bags desperately wants to win this match. He's the RWF champion. He's the one who's got his title on the line. Coming up 1 week from tonight as Decker hits him with a Russian leg sweep. The champion not looking good right now. You better believe Bags wants to win this match. He does not want to be number 1 and number 2, because if he wins this match, he at least goes into a pod, and then he comes in at a random moment alongside 2 other superstars who will be locked in at random after the next match between Puck, Gene, and L. Scott Roberto Shaw. Only the winner of that match will get the number 6 position automatically. The other 2 superstars will be randomized just like the winner of this match, which, like I said, Bags better believe he wants to take this match. Absolutely. You don't want to be number 1 and number 2. The worst statistical position. Decker raking on the eyes of Bags as it looks like Simpson's just taking a break, just kind of taking in the sights there. It's a triple threat match. He doesn't have to get in here if he doesn't necessarily want to, although you got to have a pinfall to win this match. You can lose even if you're not, even in the decision. As Bags is going to roll out to the outside, Decker's on the outside as well. Brian is pretty much picking his moments here as he looks like he's going to fist Decker over on the side of the ring there. Decker getting up the biggest man in this competition. The size advantage over both Bags and Brian. And looking to impose that size as he kicks Brian right in the nads. That's going to hurt the old mommy and daddy button. Not that he's going to use it, as Bags and Brian will now turn their attention towards each other. These 2 have had some knock him down, drag him out bites as of late, as Bags puts a big drop kick on Simpson, knocking him down. Bags and Brian have had it out the last few weeks. They had to be teammates in last week's match, which maybe, who knows, maybe that's part of the reason that they lost. They were not able to properly cooperate and move on, so that's why they're in the losers bracket triple threat match right now. Again, we are deciding positions as to who is going to be the number 1 and number 2 entrant in the Elimination Beer Tent. RWF champion Bags definitely wants to win this match. If he wants the best possible opportunity he's missed out on his opportunity to get the best possible spot. If these 3 would have won in that 3-man tag match last week, Bags would be in position to come in at the number 6 position. Instead, he finds himself in the loser's bracket here, battling to just not be number 1 and number 2. As Bags will get out of the way of the fatty tumble. Decker tries to go for the fatty tumble, and Bags moves his fat ass out of the way. The lesser of the two fat men got the better of that exchange. But then Decker takes him down, and now Brian's taking down Decker and putting the screws to him, just fisting Decker in the face over and over again. Speaking of fisting, giggity, Mr. Fister will have the night off tonight. Billy Doc Niles does not have to defend his Rock Foundation championship, as we are making room for these two important matches tonight. However, he will be defending his Rock Foundation championship coming up 1 week from tonight. His opponents to be later decided, as it looks like Brian comes to tried to go for a cover there and nothing doing, a 1 count on Decker. Yes, Billy Doc Niles will defend the Rock Foundation championship 1 week from tonight at Rocktoberfest to an opponent that will be decided at a later date. Keep checking 95.7 The Rock's Facebook page, by the way, for more information on that. As the RWF champion finally battles himself into this match. Bag's going to drag Brian over. What has he got on his mind? He looks like he was dragging him over by Decker. As Brian battles out, few elbows to the chest. Decker slowly bringing himself to his senses over by the corner as Simpson with a Falcon Arrow slam on Bags. The RWF champion not looking good in this triple threat match so far. If this keeps up, it is almost guaranteed that we will see a new RWF champion at Rocktoberfest 1 week from tonight, as it looks like Brian's going for the small B. You can't spell bacon with a small B, he says, and then punches Bags right in the face. That's usually the precursor to the capital B, as looks like he's going to get a cover in 1, 2, and still a 2 count. Decker tried to slide in there, got in too late, but it was nothing doing as Bags kicked out of it anyway. Decker's going to take this time to showboat as Bags gets elbowed in the corner. Looks like Bags has been busted open. Brian's going to go for a cover, 1, 2, and Decker's going to break up that cover. And Decker going to try to cover Bags, 1, 2, and Brian breaks up that cover. The RWF champion not looking good in this match at all. Capital B. Brian has picked up Decker and hit him with the capital B, middle of the ring, 1, 2, and a kick out. I thought we were going to have our winner there. Remember, this is the loser's bracket. The best that can happen to the winner in this match is you will go to one of the pods in the Elimination Beer Tent match in 1 week from tonight and be randomized. And we get a cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. The two losers of this match will be 1 and 2. So technically winning this match, you could, seeing as how it's randomized, Bags putting a calf crusher in on Brian, and Brian with a big elbow to the back of the neck in order to get out of that maneuver. As Bags is going to pick him up on a dragon screw leg whip. And a few choice fingers for Brian as Simpson's going to roll out of the ring there, and Bags going to turn his attention on Decker and is going to get a cover, 1 and a kick out. Probably just testing the water there to see how much stamina Decker has left. Decker the bigger man in this match, so he does have the size advantage, but that usually means a stamina disadvantage. Bigger men takes a lot more energy to move around as Bags is going to get another cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Brian still over on the side of the ring there trying to recover as Bags is going to go to the high rent district. What's he got in mind here? Went for a swanton bomb, but no water in the pool as Decker gets out of the way, lining up Bags. What's he going to do here? Is he going to hit the Road Rage Stunner? No, Brian pulling him out of the way. Looked like Decker went for that stunner one more time and nothing doing. Bags just kind of taking a break here and had a little spin-a-rooney as Bags doing little dance moves here. Probably should get his mind into this match because it's his RWF championship on the line next week at Rocktoberfest inside the Elimination Beer Tent. And the Road Rage Stunner. Decker's hit the Road Rage Stunner on the RWF champion. He's going to get a cover, 1, 2, and 3. Decker, the winner of this match. Decker will now go into one of the pods at the Elimination Beer Tent And that means Bryan and Bags come in at number 1 and number 2. The statistical worst places to be in the elimination beer tent. This is not a good place for the RWF champion to be. Bags, the RWF champion, is going to come in at number 1. And, of course, Bryan will come in at number 2. So those two will have to battle it out for several minutes. I believe 5 minutes before the first pod opens. Remember, 2 men will start in the ring, and those 2 men we now know will be Bags and Bryan. After 5 minutes, one of the pods will open. There will be 4 pods, 1 in each corner of the ring. Decker now goes to random, so actually this could benefit him coming out of the loser's bracket. Since it's set to random, the only one that's going to be set to a time is whoever wins this next match comes in at number 6. So it's possible that Decker could come in at number 5 in this match, which would be pretty good for him. So a big win for Decker as we move forward. Now we move on to the winner's bracket from last week. Remember, this whole thing happened because last week on RWF Rockfest, we had a 3-man tag team match between the 3 men you just saw and the 3 superstars you are about to see. The winners went to the winner's bracket and will fight for an opportunity to come into the elimination beer tent at number 6, the last spot. Guaranteed number 6 last spot set on their pod for the winner of this match. The other 2 will be set to random. So, really, there isn't much punishment for losing this match, at least not like we had in our last match in that loser's bracket. But there's definitely something big on the line for the winner. Coming in at the number 6 spot, the last pod to open in the elimination beer tent. Statistically, the best position to be in, especially when we're talking about a chance at that RWF championship. So here we go. The superstars are in the ring. The bell has rung, and Gene starting things off with a backbreaker on Puck. Probably trying to take advantage of the fact that they were out golfing yesterday for the golf outing we had over at Fox Hollow. By the way, thanks to all of you who joined us for that special event. The Rounds for Rescues, helping out the Cooley Region Humane Society. We have raised a ton of money for them. So thank you guys so much for joining us for golf. But it looked like Gene was trying to take advantage of the fact that Puck, the older man, was kind of screwing around yesterday and might have tweaked that back. So Gene was going for that right away. But it doesn't look to have affected Puck too much as he slamming L. Scott Roberto Shaw to the mat. Puck, the one with the big size advantage in this match, the much bigger man in comparison to both Gene and L. Scott Roberto Shaw. As a matter of fact, he's probably literally twice the size of both of them. As Gene and L. Scott Roberto Shaw will exchange as Puck tries to catch his breath there on the mat. Puck, you better believe, wants to win this match. He has had it out with the RWF champion Bags. Those two have main evented 2 RWF special events, and now they'll be part of another main event in that RWF championship inside the elimination beer tent. Whoever wins this match comes in at number 6. Gene with a nice Russian leg sweep on Puck there. And she's going to drag him over, and we're going to get our first cover of the match. Referee 1. L. Scott Roberto Shaw looked like he went to break it up and missed the mark, but it was a kick out anyway, so that wasn't consequential, but makes you look a little silly from time to time. Puck with a big-time power slam on L. Scott Roberto Shaw, and a nice backbreaker for Gene, as Puck is now dominating this match. You better believe he wants that number 6 spot, putting you in the best statistical chance for that RWF championship. Again, it will start with 2 men in the ring. The elimination beer tent starts with 2 men in the ring. We now know those 2 men to be Bryan and the RWF champion Bags will be the first 2 in the ring. So Bags, the RWF champion, not looking good for him in the odds of defending his title, because it will start with those 2. And then every few minutes, a pod will open. A pod on each corner of the ring, which will contain Decker, Puck, L. Scott Roberto Shaw, and Gene. 1 pod will open. And every few minutes, a new pod will open. Pinfalls, submissions, We will eliminate one after another until we get to the last man in that match, and that man will be the RWF champion, the new RWF champion, and it looks like we probably will get a new one because Bags, remember, is in at number 1. As Puck hitting deep 6 on Gene. But since he was distracted, L. Scott Roberto Shaw taking advantage and hitting that nice snap suplex on the much bigger man, Puck, and a nice springboard maneuver off the middle rope there as L. Scott Roberto Shaw using his speed advantage over the much larger man. Puck in the corner will get slung from one side to the other and a big missile drop kick. And Jean will now turn her attention to L. Scott Roberto Shaw. She's maybe looking to do the same to him like he just did with Puck. Puck has had to roll out of the ring here. You've got to get back into this match, man. Jean bringing up L. Scott Roberto Shaw. What she got here? A big back? It looked like Jean was going to go for a back suplex, but L. Scott Roberto Shaw reversed it and landed on top of her. We got to cover 1 and just a 1 count. Nice reversal, showing off the high-risk capabilities of L. Scott Roberto Shaw. He's going to need each and every one of those abilities. Looks like Puck is setting up for the slap shot. Puck hitting the slap shot on L. Scott Roberto Shaw. Gene is out of it. 1, 2. Is Gene going to be able to get there? And L. Scott Roberto Shaw kicking out of the slap shot. Gene was trying to get up, but just could not get up in time. So that was a free spot for Puck to maybe end this match, but couldn't put one over on L. Scott Roberto Shaw as he hits that nice rolling kick on Puck. What's Gene got going on here? That huge leg sweep over in the corner. And Gene going to get it a cover now. 1, 2, and a 2 count. Boy, that was a long 2 there as Puck was unable to get up and break that, but L. Scott Roberto Shaw slips out of it regardless. Puck showing that sign, hey, I want the belt. Yeah, nice way to copy Aaron Rodgers there for a Vikings fan. Puck just sort of waiting it out, seeing what's happening here as Gene hits that big top middle rope DDT on L. Scott Roberto Shaw. As Puck looked like Puck might have been going for the slap shot there, and looks like maybe he changed his mind, figured he was too close to the ropes there. As Puck is now going to pick up Gene and drop her on the top turnbuckle. Snake eyes, shades of the Undertaker. As Puck putting the screws to Gene, and now going to turn his attention to L. Scott Roberto Shaw, who's alone in the ring. We got to cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Boy, another long 2. L. Scott Roberto Shaw, you've got to admire the heart of the smaller man as he gets out of the way. Puck went for a high-risk maneuver and paid for it as the smaller man gets out of the way. And now L. Scott Roberto Shaw waving Puck to his feet, and he's going to fly, ladies and gentlemen. What's he doing here? A big missile drop kick. Gene will now slide back into the ring as Puck going to nice reversal on L. Scott Roberto Shaw. And Gene with a spinning discus back slap. That was like the bitch slap from hell there, ladies and gentlemen. And Gene going to take advantage. We got to cover 1, 2, and a kick out. How about the heart of L. Scott Roberto Shaw in this match? The former Rock Foundation champion who never successfully defended it, but he was able to win it as Gene going to go for that monster leg sweep again. That's usually the precursor to the power outage. Are we going to see that? Gene wasting some time showboating right now. I don't know what the heck she's thinking right now as Puck is starting to bring himself to his senses. Gene's going to have to do something, slamming L. Scott Roberto Shaw's head to the mat, and she's going to go for the cover. 1, not even a 1 count as Puck moves in. That was probably a big mistake on Gene's part for taking that time to showboat. She could have gotten a cover on L. Scott Roberto Shaw. As Puck's going to go for the slap shot in the corner. Is he too close to the ropes, though? 1, 2, and a kick out. I don't know if it was a kick out or did Gene get the rope. Either way, she breaks the cover. Puck hitting the slap shot, but too close to the ropes as Gene with a nice spinning neck breaker. And a cover on L. Scott Roberto Shaw with a 1 and a kick out. Shaw was sitting there for quite some time, so probably playing possum there to catch his breath. Nothing about playing possum here as Gene driving elbows into the crown of L. Scott Roberto Shaw. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a battle for the number 6 position as Shaw is going to get that big spinning kick on Gene. That's usually a precursor to the newsflash. We'll get a cover here. 1, 2, and 3. Whoa! What about the heart of L. Scott Roberto Shaw? He's inarguably the one who took the most damage in this match, especially from the bigger man, Puck. He even, look at this, taking the slap shot here, that he would kick out after 2 under his own power. You have got to admire the heart of L. Scott Roberto Shaw, coming away with a victory in this match. And he will now move on to the number 6 position in the Elimination Beer Tent. That is 1 week from tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 and number 2 will be the RWF champion Bags and Brian. Those will be the first 2 men in to the Elimination Beer Tent. The other 4 superstars will be locked in pods, 1 in each corner. Every few minutes, a new one set free. The last one we now know will be L. Scott Roberto Shaw. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paps LaRue here for RWF Rockfist. We will see you 1 week from tonight for our next special event, RWF Rocktoberfest.